Not your house. Out in the California desert, near the border of Arizona, and not far above Mexico, is a relatively fancy abode that's a mystery. To find it, I had to travel beyond a ghost town, and to the end of a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. I'd been told by a local to have a look at it, as there had been much effort put into building not only the house, but also the water system, rock walls, and numerous other things. But now it sat abandoned in the desert. The property enticed me. I had to have a look. But who lived here, and for how long? What happened to them? It was time to scour the property for clues. Rockhopper here. The desert holds many secrets, and this region and this place may hold at least one of those. But my first stop was to explore the ghost town. I couldn't find much information about this place when I later researched it. I'm hoping someone out there can provide me with some info on the name of the place and what it was. It now had a strange and somewhat creepy vibe, but I could see that residents had put a lot of work into the structures, and these were someone's loving homes at one time. A lone flag waving in the wind made me think that perhaps someone still resided there, but a closer look revealed that it was abandoned many years ago. Now all that was left was an odd assortment of decaying structures, and the items left behind by the people who once called this place home. Apparently, this was called the Glass House, probably because it had so many windows throughout the house. Let's have a look inside. Windows even inside. Those cabinets look to be pretty old. I'm going to say they were probably constructed maybe about the late 1940s. Pretty rustic looking. Old tomato juice can down there. That's not too old. What's back here? No, not much. Probably some storage. Got a nice fireplace there. Looks like somebody has been making fires in there on occasion still. Lots and lots of windows, that is for sure. Mattress. Yeah, it just goes out to this last room or two out here. Looks like the sunroom here maybe. And that's where we came in over there. Let's go inside this one and have a look. Some tires. Some sort of chicken cages maybe? Rabbit cages, rabbit hutches. Got an old fridge back there. Now that kind of confirms my suspicion from what some locals were telling me, that this could be from around the 1940s when this place was originally built. This is all just some tires and junk in this room. You got an old cooler there. Thermos with the actual metal, not plastic. And yeah, it's pretty solidly constructed plastic on the main body. And there's another fridge. Yeah, maybe late 1940s, early 1950s. Got some cages here. And that pretty much concludes the tour. Got just a couple little things up on the shelves here. Not much really. A couple fan belts back there. Here's an old piece of a newspaper or an ad. This might have a clue as to how old things are here. See if we can find any date. You can certainly see the prices. Bathroom tissue, 99 cents for 4 rolls. So this has got to be at least, 20, 25 years ago. What do we have here? Ooh, hey, look. There's a date right there. Expires 4/20/93. Hey, look. This is where that gopher from Caddyshack, the movie, has been hiding. That's where you've been at, huh, you little bugger? Okay, so maybe you're a squirrel, but at first it looked like a gopher. It wouldn't take long to dry clothes on this line in the desert wind. Looks like they must have had some animals in cages. Many questions come to mind as I explore these places. Who lived here? What was life like? How long did they last? Why did they leave? I was told that a woman lived here for quite some time, and that if anybody came too close, she would get out the shotgun and start shooting at them. Apparently, they had a brisk business in prostitution here. We'll have a quick peek. Doesn't look like there's much in here at all. Nope, not really. And just down from that house is this one. Similar construction, concrete. Nothing here, just the remains. This is where they kept their pet cans caged. An old motorhome that somehow ended up upside down. Look what we've got cooking in the oven. Pack rat nests. Somebody wrote frying pan into the concrete, and over here is a date. Looks like 1991, so maybe someone was here at that time. Some sort of cemetery here. Can't quite make out what any of this says. But I'm going to guess that maybe this is a pet cemetery as opposed to having humans buried here, but I really can't be sure of that. I mean, anything is possible out here. Looks like we've found the second place I was told about. Let's go on through and have a look. Looking around, you would have no idea that anybody lived out here. But at the end of a tiny dirt road was a teensy speck of humanity out in the desert, tucked snugly away at the mouth of a canyon. This definitely looks interesting, all right. It's possible that this may have been a small lake at one time. Looks like somebody put some real effort into building this house out here. What does that say down there? Noodle and Murphy. Oh, my friend Tina from Black Canyon City, the one who was in my New Year's video, her kitty cat was named Noodles. Alright, let's go check this place out. Well, let's go on in here and have a look. Wow, this is, looks like it was a pretty nice place at one time, but it's kind of caving in here. And it looks like there's been a bit of vandalism. Some partying going on here, obviously. You got your wild turkey right there. And what else do we have here? Well, some mattresses, some chairs, table over here. Pretty dirty and dusty in here now. Of course, that's going to happen when you live in the desert, no matter what. A little bathroom here. Nothing over there. A shower here. So this looks pretty modern. This was, I don't know how long they lived here for, or when the guy died. But, yeah, not much in here. But yeah, I don't know. Sounds like this place was maybe constructed, don't really know. In late 30s maybe? 1930s? What do we have back here? Wow. Can't get in there. That's locked up. Whatever's in there. What is that? Back in there. Nothing. It's just a door. Well, some more evidence of partying. Must have got pretty hot in here. They got an extinguisher. Yeah, got some Jose Cuervo back on in here. Yeah, might as well fix up a margarita. Yeah, while we're at it. And some Jim Beam over there. So, a few spices left in the cupboards still. And we've even got some wall decor going on here that's still intact. You know, this was probably a really nice little desert house. And that's a pretty old fridge right there, I gotta say. Was that 1950s? I would think so. A little tiny oven right there. And what do we have back here? Well, kind of a mess, that's what we have. Interesting wallpaper. And what's left of a cabinet, maybe? Dresser. A lot of love was put into this place, and it shows. There are fun little touches everywhere around here where you look. Here's an old newspaper. It's not that old looking. Let's see what we've got here. Well, 1997. So maybe somebody lived here until around that time, I don't know. Here's another paper, and it's also got a date of 1997. And if I recall, they said he died about 20 years ago, so that might just make sense. Nice little fireplace back here. Nice rock work. More papers back here. What do we have? Can we find a date? I think we can. Let's see, that looks like 1999. Hey, check that out. Tiny Oregon town goes on the block for $3 million. Town of Otis. Hey, anybody want to buy a town? It's going for about the price of a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house in San Francisco. Looks like they had propane lighting here. And an oven mitt still hanging on the wall. This is where they stationed one of the Buckingham Palace guards. Okay, maybe not. It's actually just, as you probably guessed, the outhouse. The path to the outhouse. Looks like this is where they collected water. You can see where the pipe probably hooked right up to there, and they collected water from the roof. How about that? A pink trailer, huh? This trailer looks to be from about the 1950s, so there could be something kind of old in here. Let's have a look around. Well, let's see how old these look like magazine pages. August 1971. Yeah, so we're getting kind of old here. This also has 1971. Very interesting. Old trailer, and you got a lot of curler rollers down on the floor there. That was a big thing back in the 50s, you know, get your hair all curled with those rollers. And we're going back. Here, there's not too much. Peanuts with some kind of clips or something in there. How much were Planters peanuts? $2.29 for 1 pound. So that doesn't look super old, but it is made out of metal. They don't do that anymore. Some more magazines down here. Now, this magazine was only 60 cents. 1969. True magazine for today's man. So, yeah, there you go. Not real familiar with that magazine. But let's see, what do we have? January, 75 cents. That's pretty cheap. So how old is this thing? Doesn't really say how old it is. Must be some telltale sign. Judging by that carpet, yeah, I'm going to say 1970s. And that bright orange and avocado green and all that stuff. What do we have? Come on, let's find a date here. Oh, rush my copy of your 1972 Spring Garden Catalog, alright? 72. Look at that ad from 1972. Look inside the pink trailer. Some nice woodwork in here. They don't do stuff like that anymore in trailers. Look at this. Pretty fancy schmancy. And this was a trailer back in the day. Solid wood doors. Somebody's prescription from 1979. His name was Arthur Reeser. I just found a 1969 Reader's Digest, and you can see an ad for the VW Bug here, and it's only $1,799 for a brand new one. Another outhouse here for the pink trailer. This one's a 2-seater. I was told there was a very elaborate water system here, quite a network of pipelines and such. Apparently this is the tub, where the old guy would just sit there, relax in the tub, and just look out at the desert beauty. There's even another shower right there. Looks like this was once a pond. There's what's left of the windmill that they no doubt used to pump water out of the ground and supply this place. And if you look over there, there's the windmill blades lying on the ground. The desert wind gets so strong around here, I wouldn't be surprised if it blew it right off the windmill. What was this, I wonder? Have a quick look around here. It looks like a lot of stonework. And we get some hooks right there. Some stuff hanging on there still. And what do we have over here? Look at that, there's like a table. So maybe this was like a barbecue area, a little picnic area or something. What is this? Looks kind of like a mine shaft entrance, but I don't think it is. It looks like it's a root cellar, some kind of food storage area that was built right into the side of the mountain here. The only things living here now, it appears, are burrows, as you can see from all these tracks. I just found this, and it looks like it says Lambert, E. Todd over there, and Bob right here. And it looks like it's from 1968, February 19th. So I'm wondering if these are the people who lived here. Looks like some old oil and gas cans, possibly. The amount of stonework here is quite amazing. It must have taken years just to do that alone. And you consider all the other construction that's been done here. There's a lot of work and a lot of effort put into this place. It's getting late, so I think we should check this place out a little bit more tomorrow. I'll just park it here for the night. Good morning. Wind started really ripping about 3 a.m. so I got a little bit of sleep for a while anyway, and it was good. And today it's sunny but breezy. I might as well take advantage of the facilities here. Remember, if you're going to use some of these old outhouses out in the desert, always check underneath the seat first to make sure there are no black widows, which I already did, because that would not be a nice way to start out your day, getting bit in the butt by a black widow. And the pink trailer outhouse looks like a World War II vintage mirror. Some bottles and cans here. A tree sweet container made out of metal. Some writing on that one with cream moistened, dry cotton generously, blah blah blah, astringent. Furniture polish. I'm going to say all this stuff's from around the 1960s. Here's a clue. This butane container says year built 1946 right there. Here's another clue I just found. Matt B. 11/24/89, so maybe somebody lived here through the 80s. And that clue was found right here along this rock walkway behind the house. Also behind the house is this propane tank. An old turpentine container. That bottle says Whitehall, so maybe that was a medicine of some kind. And these other bottles, there's a salt and pepper shaker. And this one here was like a Pond's cold cream bottle. There's a desert iguana. Not far down the road in a different area, this makes me think of that bus that Chris McCandless, the guy in Into the Wild, stayed in up in Alaska. I was lucky to meet a woman who called a friend who knew some of the history of the place. According to her, a World War I veteran from the eastern U.S. was exposed to mustard gas during the war. After the war ended, his doctor told him he needed to move to the desert in order to breathe normally again. He and his wife packed up, bought this piece of land at a cheap price from an old miner who was unable to find gold or other valuable metals on it, and moved here. His wife hired a black man who lived in the pink trailer and helped with the yard and rockwork on the property. Where the windmill now sits, there was a small dam and pond which provided water for the property. When the couple who owned the place died, the handyman continued to work on the property until he passed away. Most of the work seen here is done by the veteran's wife and the handyman. You might think that this place has a sad ending, but when you think, well, these people found a place that really speaks to their soul, and they lived out the rest of their days here, well, you can't have much better ending than that. Don't forget to give me a like on the video, share, and subscribe. Until next time, this is Rockhopper. I'll see ya. Is this petroglyph older or newer? Another mystery.